This is the Player 4 Podcast. Join us each week as we talk about video games, entertainment, and pop culture, and bring in guests from the Rooster Teeth community. Player 4 has entered the game.
Hey everybody, Player 4 Podcast, and I'm back. I'm a person, and I'm here, and I'm alive.
He's a person.
I think you're a robot.
I am. What are you talking about?
Hello, I am Tristan, aka Shagrazir, on the Rooster Teeth website.
I am Alex, a.k.a. Chaos Black 21.
Malachi, a.k.a. Suki Kiba.
And he's hitting the mic again.
That wasn't me.
That was me. That was my fault.
Okay, so this time it's you. I falsely blamed you for last week.
This time it was...
And I'm Joseph, aka J. Dunlap. Oh wait, no, if I say my last name, Alex will get mad. I'm Joseph Dunlap. And I quote... Just because your last name is in your username doesn't make it your last name. So what's up, guys?
That is an Alexism right there.
Yeah. What's up? What's up is we had to do a whole podcast without you, and we were, lost. But it was fun.
Yeah, it was...
We came up with the name Dookie Kiba.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I don't know if you guys...
I saw the hyenas.
I was going to say, I don't know if you guys got to see the editing that I did, but there's hyena faces at least twice.
I watched it as soon as
I haven't gotten to see it, but I look forward to it. I'll watch it after this.
Dookie Kiba. I noticed that without me there, Malachi had to carry the episode.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah, it was a bit a rare occurrence, but he did a very good job leading us and making sure that for the most part we stayed on topic.
Well, speaking of, let's talk about what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about what P4 has been up to, what we can tease towards, such as some P4 craft stuff. Yes, we are still playing Minecraft, which I think we talked about maybe 20 times. And then what we're doing on our Minecraft server, and then what we're doing in real life. And that encompasses some changes that a few of us are making, and some D&D that's being played as reference to last week. I just hit the table. Joseph, why are you hitting the table?
Why's everybody got to be hitting everything? Stop hitting the recording devices.
The table is not a recording device.
The recording device is probably sitting on the table, though, if I had to guess.
Shh.
I have a new mandatory recording device everyone has to have. A straitjacket.
A table? A straight jacket?
He's got a point.
Let's just leave out the ball gags, though.
Whoa. Speaking of...
That got dark.
Speaking of, the episode of P4 Craft that's coming, that will have come out by the time we release this episode, with the pig that likes when Tristan hits it.
I kept making it amorous.
Yeah.
Only you, Tristan.
So, let's talk about what P4 is up to.
I want to know. Can you show me?
I want to know.
Can you show me?
That is what you were doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the big thing is we did not miss a week of P4 Craft in the transition between the old server and the new server.
I don't know how it's possible, but woo!
We're awesome, that's why.
We defied time.
Because you were awesome.
Because you guys made it happen.
You guys are the one who edited so many episodes.
I know. We're awesome, right?
So last week we had 2 videos because before I even made the tribute video to the old server, I was going through the old videos on our YouTube channel and looking at like all the uploads you guys did with the old videos and going, okay, get rid of Malachi's P4 maze footage, get rid of Alex's footage of whatever, just deleting old footage that was private videos. And I got to Bad Touch, which was the video where Tristan was going to hug Alex, and Alex ran away and went into the House of the Rising Sun, and I was chasing him with my sword. I was going to hug him with my sword.
Yeah, you wanted to hug me with your sword.
And Tristan said, I think that qualifies as a bad touch. So I had made this. You guys all knew that I made it. We'd all watched it because it was unlisted. It stayed that way.
Yeah,
We forgot to schedule it.
we all saw it, so all of us thought that it had ended up releasing at some point.
The only reason I noticed was because I was updating the thumbnails on the Minecraft videos. I made the thumbnail for Bad Touch and went, wait, why is this not public?
You're looking over there, it just says unlisted in the corner. You're like,
I was like, who can I blame? Alex?
Blame me, yes.
So I scheduled it. I made it private, which you have to do first for some reason, and then I scheduled it. for last Thursday, which was also a few days later, the day that I scheduled the tribute video. And I completely forgot that I had scheduled both videos for the same time on the same day. So when I saw the tweet go out for the forgotten P4 bytes, I went, no, hold on. And I went to the YouTube channel and made the tribute video unlisted just to give a little bit of time for exposure for Bad Touch. And then a few hours later, I made the tribute video, which was episode 17.5 of P4 Craft, public. It's a beautiful thing. It didn't change anything, though. It just made it not available on the YouTube feeds until that moment. And then it was listed before the P4 bytes as if it had been made public at noon, which it was. So it didn't actually fix anything. So,
Oh, well.
anyway, we didn't skip a week because, quote, last week, we're totally not recording this on Wednesday the 10th, the first episode of our New Realm P4 Craft series is up. So what do you guys want to say about that episode, since you haven't actually gotten to see it yet?
It's going to have a lot of not me or Alex in it.
Oh, well, there's plenty of hearing Alex get mad about stuff, and there's plenty of Tristan falling out of a tree where no one saw it happen, but he died.
Trees
Yeah,
were
at some
murderous.
point-
Wait,
I'm
do
going to
we
get
were
pissed.
missing Tristan also?
His
My
computer
video feed is
crashed.
gone.
So, Tristan, explain exactly what happened and how we were actually able to have audio for the first half of that recording session.
We went through and we told everybody, okay, make sure that when you're recording, you're only getting the video from your Minecraft and the Minecraft sounds. Turn off the inputs for your mic and the outputs for the rest of us chatting with you, so that all we get is your video and Minecraft game sounds. And everybody said, I did it! No worries, it's good!
So then we
Wasn't
started
entirely
playing.
true.
Then we got over halfway through the session. I think we got 34 minutes in, and then Tristan's computer went, I'm a dino.
I'm a dino. Which is a problem when you're recording in MP4 format, which have to be finished before they can be used. And if it crashes before it gets finished, it becomes unusable.
Yeah, so we started freaking out. Yeah, Wane. We started freaking out.
What?
Wane is
Oh, it's backwards or something?
no, it was a Family Guy Star Wars. Greedo was Bruce.
Oh.
And he was saying a bunch of alien stuff, but he was saying he was like Bruce, and then he shot him, and instead of oh no, he went Wane.
I remember that now.
So we were freaking out because we had the footage from me and Bree and Gina, but we didn't have Tristan's footage, and we didn't have the call, the audio of the actual Skype call, because he was the one recording the call. Tristan hit record, and we resynced, and we just kept recorded another 25 minutes or so. I extracted the MP3 of that. I edited that entire call, and we even said in the next episode that we will have edited the first half before the crash with just a cut of what we were doing and a few of us just explaining it. So then I start syncing things up in Adobe Premiere, and I get everything lined up. I drop in mine, I drop in Gina's, I drop in Bree's, and I see waveforms of people talking throughout her entire file. So you want to pick it up from there, Tristan?
We were able to recover the first half of the recording by utilizing Breeze, because she had not, in fact, turned off her microphone and the Skype inputs in her OBS, as she told us she had.
Thank you for not following directions, Bree.
But it was a nice accident that saved a bit of Tristan's stuff.
So I went from here I am about to edit this episode to I need to spend the next day or two just editing audio again on part one. So I went through and I edited the audio for that first half. Anytime there was a loud game sound while someone was talking, I had to make sure to show Bree's screen, or else it would
Because they
seem
were
conspicuous.
inseparable.
Yes, it was. I couldn't extract the game audio out. I would mute it if no one was talking, but if it was in the middle of a sentence, like a chest, like it kept happening, you heard "Thagoong." So I had to go to
Thup, crack.
or planting trees and that kind of thing.
Or gaining levels.
Yeah, pa-ching, pa-ching. That first episode was done tonight, right before we started recording, and everyone watching this will have already seen it. Tristan, you are in for a surprise.
Oh, good.
Alex, you are in for a surprise.
I am. But one more thing.
Uh-huh.
You said that Alex is going to get angry. What episode of P4Craft have I not gotten angry? I think it's a tradition at this point.
It's worth mention because it's not actually on screen this time. With the P4...
Yes, because I can't do video while I'm in Realms for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason it's Realms. And I also found that while my video quality improved at 3500 bitrate, it made it start to skip almost Alex style, not quite as bad. Just every so often it would skip, but not so much that I couldn't just show myself for 10 seconds and not have a skip. So I had to lower that recently. It's just, you have to see what Alex is going through to understand why he's getting angry. For example, the P4 maze is a perfect example where he thinks he's above ground, and then he's below ground, then he's above ground. So he's walking through the maze, he sees a creeper, he ducks around the corner. At that point, everyone's saying, Alex died? And he's, no, I'm over here. And then all of a sudden he's underground getting mauled by a zombie.
And then I find out I die like 30 seconds later, and I'm pissed.
Yeah, or Bree's following you around. You can see on her screen she's following you around, hitting you, but all you know is you're running from some baby zombie somewhere, and then you stop and nothing's happening. A few hearts go down, and then you're dead. Yeah. And it says you were killed by Woman Friday. So there's that. So we're going to miss out on that, and we're going to miss out on the skippy frame rates. But at least we get to hear the rage. And that's what matters.
Just imagine. I think
usually,
can you
as
rage
long
with
as
all
it's
the
not,
colors of the wind?
As long as it's not laggy, if I like rage against something, I'm usually pretty expressive about what I'm raging against.
Is it usually the machine?
It's always the machine, and that machine is Minecraft.
Can you rage with all the colors of the wind?
Okay, Pocahontas.
Yeah. What's the rage version of Pocahontas?
I'm imagining.
Speaking of Disney
different
princesses,
all caps.
it's a shame Malachi hasn't watched last week's episode yet.
Oh, wait. Oh.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. Did you watch it?
No.
Okay, then what are you upset about?
I could just imagine what you did.
I did some things, right, Tristan?
I know you did some things, more than likely.
Yeah, I did.
Saw it.
So, with that, Malachi, why don't you take us to the next thing we'll be talking about?
Maybe. We were saying what's up with P4Craft. I just wanted to mention that we're going to pick up the pieces of something that kind of fell off the radar from the old, from what we were doing before. Is going to be picking up, reliving vicariously the future of P4. Cause,
oh my gosh!
What is it?
I think we were on season 7.
No,
we were past that.
Were we
we were
7?
way
Okay.
past it.
You had one done 8 already.
Weren't we on 10?
No, we weren't on 10.
No. He had just done 8 because the last thing he told us about was just seeing Monty's animations for the first time. I was really excited because Malachi was going to do season 9 next, and that's all of the freelancer stories, which was awesome.
Yeah, we're going to be picking up that and starting that again. Because with RTX and everything that was going on, it was not in the plan to do. So.
You know, Malachi, at this point, if we start doing it week by week again, you might get to the point where you talk about reliving season 14 the week that it finishes.
Let's aim high, shall we?
Depending on how many episodes that they plan on still doing.
Alright, let's move on to the next topic.
Okay, what's the next thing on the list of things to talk about, Malachi?
I think we covered everything. We're now just kind of what's going on in our lives now part.
Well, you've got a big change going on soon. What's that change that's going on, Malachi?
Oh, for me, I'm moving, getting the heck out of the place I'm in. It's nothing. It's only something personal for me, so it's not like anything big for anyone else.
Getting out of Dodge.
And I'm getting the heck out of this place. It's just this guy that owns the place, lives above us, and he's just not reasonable. So, yep.
He's Dookie.
Yep.
Dookie Kiba.
Oh my god. I swear, I hope that doesn't stick.
Oh, it's sticky.
All senses of the word.
You are a delusional
you know me,
man.
Malachi, you know it's going to stick.
I don't want it to.
Gross.
I'm also working on building my new PC, which I'm really excited about. And other than that, I'm just playing my video games like usual.
Did ya?
Video games.
Video games.
So
Yeah, I guess it's my turn, and I've got a big change going on.
Yeah.
I signed a contract last week to begin teaching full-time at this college where I was an adjunct last year.
Wait.
oh wait, you're teaching college? Nice.
Nice. Yes, I am a
We got you.
faculty instructor of music and music theory.
So noise is correct.
Wait, so college, that means you're not a teacher, you're a professor, right?
Professor is a different pay grade from instructor.
Oh, it's just pure. Okay, it's based on pay grade. It's not based on like where you work. Okay, I didn't know if like all teachers, because they worked at a college, they would be professors. I didn't.
I guess I could call myself a professor. It's just not my title. My
Gotcha.
title is faculty instructor, which is the lowest rung of the ladder as far as full-time faculty go.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it's still
Next
nice.
one up, adjunct.
Yeah. Yeah, the next one
You
down is adjunct instructor.
But you are the one that the kids see first. You mold them into what
Alex,
you want.
literally, I am the first professor the freshman music majors will have Monday morning at 8 in the morning.
They're gonna love you.
What are you talking about? I don't love that either. I'm going to be holding a giant mug of coffee the whole time.
And people playing instruments loudly.
You can be Professor Oobleck.
Okay. So, I am teaching Music Theory 1 and Sight Singing 1 and Music Theory 3, just like I did last year, but I'm also teaching Sight Singing 3 and 2 sections of Class Piano 1 for majors and minors.
Yay.
So
What
that's
was, what was
6
that
courses.
thing before piano?
Sight Singing 3.
Sight singing.
It's an ear training class. It's
Oh, okay.
write down what I played and play what I write down.
Gotcha. Okay.
Essentially, that's what it is. It's hearing what you see and seeing what you hear. And if you combine the basic theory elements and applying them on the keyboard and also being able to hear them and write them down is the theory curriculum.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you're starting that what date again?
A week from Monday, which when this comes out, it'll be just be in less than a week. So I was at campus today just working on a bunch of stuff when I had time. Today is my day where I recorded 3 podcasts, so I had to rush home, record something, work on P4 Craft, and now I'm here. Ta-da! So that's what I'm up to.
Sounds fun.
So I guess it's time for Alex and Tristan to tell us how their D&D game is going, because I very much was curious about that after hearing the episode previous where Alex made his first character, and it was a Dragonborn paladin worshipping Kord, and you guys had a whole debate about the nature of worship and deities and things, if you want to bring that up when you talk about your game.
Yes. So I've been running a D&D game. We've had a couple good sessions so far, but not too many. For a group from the RT site and people who have never played D&D before and got inspired by the Heroes and Halfwits segment that RT is making. So I've begun running D&D 5th edition for them, and Alex has just joined the game as a paladin, which brings our total number of players up to 6.
And we had close to a full set last night.
Yes. I think only one of the original members was not there. One of them showed up surprisingly because he'd been absent the last several weeks. But yeah, so he introduced the new players to the setting. They're in a frozen kingdom to the north. It's celebrating a festival, and there's going to be mystery and intrigue and fighting, hopefully.
Yo ho ho!
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I can't wait. I want to get in some battles here.
What did you do on that first session?
My first session, I asked some local drunkards where they thought the best tavern was for some good ale.
They aren't drunkards, they're revelers.
They're drunks. At that point, they were. Then I was told about this tavern called the Blue Moon's Glow, which I thought it was very funny that Tristan would name a tavern that, because Blue Moon's one of my favorite beers, actually. So I was like, oh, this probably would be a tavern I would go to in real life if I ever came across it. And then I took part in a festival activity called the Log Chop and Stack, or whatever. What was it actually called, Tristan?
Giggity.
Or did it even have a name?
It didn't. But the event was that the North is a harsh environment with brawny people. And so, of course, all of the activities in their festival, or the competitions, are like feats of strength and stamina and precision, So the event was that they had two-man teams. One person would be chopping logs to the right length, and the other person would be stacking them on the other side of like a short obstacle course. And so the teams had to work together. One person had to be strong and fast at cutting, and the other one had to be nimble and have good constitution to get to the other side and stack the logs. Points were devised from how quickly each part of the task was done and how accurately each part was done, so they had fun cutting wood.
Except for the fact that after the first 2 rounds, my character started to suck hardcore as he was chopping. I could not get a roll if my life depended on it.
Alex started rolling low, and he ended up coming in 4th out of 5 teams.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. Plus, I was with another Dragonborn, which there's so few of them that...
Oh, she was carrying you. Yes.
Yes, but she was carrying me, but then she wasn't impressed about what I did later, apparently, which was save someone. But that was funny because, so at the end of the competition, we found out one of the competitors was poisoned, and so they were going to rush him to like one of their healers in town, and Drew, who is Tristan's friend, who actually has experience in D&D, his person was like, you're a paladin, right? Can't you heal people? And so my character, being chaotic good, he's like, yeah, I'll save them, but first I want to hear the results of the competition first.
Giant.
But I did end up saving him before the competition results.
Under duress.
Yes. Yes, they kind of made me.
Did they position him where you could save him while looking at the results?
No, the results were going to be spoken, but I did get to lay my hands on him. I did get to use lay on hands.
Oh, right.
And touch him.
Giggity. So yes, you used your paladin power lay on hands to cure him of the poison that he'd been afflicted with at some point, likely during the competition. Of course, the reason why this man was poisoned during the competition is unknown.
Yes. And I guess my other accomplishment is that I survived a discussion with his friend Drew. Someone did not really survive the discussion that he had with him.
No. Drew wanted to meet the other player characters, and they couldn't really tell
Drew
him
gets really into it.
Why they were doing any of the things they were doing. Why are you here? Because I don't want to be at home. Well, what's wrong with home? I'm a noble there. So you're a noble. No, I'm not a noble. But you have a signet ring that says you're a noble. I am a noble. I ran away from home. Okay.
So you're hiding. No, I'm not hiding anything. Okay, so you're okay if I tell people? No, I don't want you to tell people.
We got a noble here. See, nobody cares. Nice hat.
Yeah. Gosh.
But everyone else is new, so yeah, that's something that hopefully they'll learn as they go along to just kind of go with it. I mean, I'm still learning to kind of go with it, but I still have a little bit of roleplay experience from doing other stuff in the past.
He's got a pass.
Just not like D&D. It's like more like actual just writing out a story with other people.
So we're looking forward to more sessions, and I think that the players are gonna get better over time, especially with Drew's character kind of pushing them to understand their motivations and not just do things for no reason.
Which with a lot of young D&D people, amateurs, it's going to be that way.
Yeah.
Did I share the story of my first D&D game?
Possibly.
No.
Okay, so I was in college. I was a freshman, and I was in the process of... Most people would understand if I just say pledging. It's not the term they use, but I was in the process of pledging the band fraternity. And there was a group of us that went to an upperclassman band guy's apartment, and we played some D&D. They had a group going, and I wanted to see what it was all about. It was the only session I was actually able to play in. What happened was the GM gave me a character sheet of a fighter and told me a backstory, which was my fiancée had been kidnapped and I needed to go find her. So I went to the nearest tavern, and one of the other characters was there, and then we met up with the rest of them, and they all had a group where they kind of already knew each other. And we traveled along, and he said there was a cave, so we went in the cave. And he said and he rolled a die to decide how many goblins there were. And he told us, and we're like, okay, we'll fight them. he was doing all the rolling for us, and we would do a round of combat. Someone would have their turn, and they're like, yeah, I do this, and then he rolls the die. And nobody was really doing that well. There were too many goblins, and it came to my turn, and he said, it's your turn, and you have to take a dump. And I was like, okay. I pull my pants down and try to take a dump, and he rolls, and he says, unsuccessful.
You are unsuccessful.
You are constipated.
So I did not roll high enough to take a dump, and then I died the next round, so I died with my pants down trying to take a dump.
I don't understand why you would need to take a dump during combat, but good job.
I don't know either. He was known for being chaotic with his adventures.
Well, it would have been reasonable, like, if he ate some food that was poisoned beforehand, that would make sense.
It would make sense, especially if that was, planned. That would have been brilliant.
He's just like, you need to take a dump. Just
Yeah.
I literally needed to take a dump right there.
Yeah,
He could
right
not
now.
hold it anymore.
And so I pulled my pants down, and he said, no, in-game. Wah,
You
wah.
should have just asked him, can I just keep swinging while I just unleash in my pants?
I pull my pants down and continue swinging. I turn around and aim. And with that, I think we're winding down. What do you guys think?
I think so. Hopefully people enjoy this discussion. It isn't too boring for them.
Every time I talk about D&D, poop is involved.
Stop
Yeah,
involving poop.
Actually, no, Joseph, when it's you involved, there's more than likely going to be poop involed, too.
What are you trying to say?
Lots of dookie.
Dookie
Well,
Kiba?
Your terrible story, the one, I forget what you call it.
The zombie monkey poop story?
Yeah, and yeah, so...
That wasn't my game. These are 2 times the poop were involved in
No.
games I played in that was not my decision.
Yeah, but see, you mentioned that, and then there's also the time you were sick that one time before.
Okay,
that.
yes. Poop story, dude, is fair game. You're right. But again, it was
So-
not my decision to have that happen to me.
When there's Joseph, there's poop involved.
Well, my name is not
Law
Poop.
of the jungle, man.
I'm not
You
Dookie
did not
Kiba.
ask Montezuma's revenge to be put upon him.
Poop poop platter.
Alright, guys, we'll call it a night.
We're embracing something, and I hope it's the tangent.
I don't know. It seems like the dookie now.
We're embracing the Dookie Kiba.
You guys all suck.
All right.
Alright, good night, everyone.
See you guys.
Hashtag goodbye.
Goodbye.
Go watch the P4Craft episode because there's a surprise.
Surprises for everyone.
Surprise!
There's no surprise poop.
No.
Pooptacular. Pooping spree.
Spectacular
Manjaro.
microphone puff.
Poop aside.
Poop aside.
Dookie Manjaro.
Poopy 4 has entered the game.
Pooptacular.
Hey, get the heck out of here.
Running Dookie.